Is this thing on? Hi, everyone. Welcome. So glad to have you. Yeah, it's Friday. Yay. It's nice, sunny, bright. Oh my gosh, summer is among us. And times like this, it's great to just kind of, get what we need to get done and kind of put all the negative crap behind us, things that are going on in the world. And today I just exceptionally feel like I am going to make a change in the world. And how I'm going to do that, I'm not sure yet, but I know that I do have the capability to do that. And I'm willing to work with others, and that's what it's about. It's about building those bridges with people with whom we've had some conflict in the past. And it's also about coming together to decide, okay, what's our common goal? What are we striving for in our lives, for our families? And what kind of things can we do to make our world a better place? I love it how I have so many subscribers from different parts of the world. I am in the US of A, America, near the Gulf of America. Oh, sorry, the formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. So we also have, friends from Canada. We have Australians, New Zealand, people from the UK. Let's see, South Africa. Maybe not South Africa. Maybe not. Um, Japan. I have a friend from Japan. Excuse me. I have two friends from Japan. And where else? Oh, Germany. Also Germany. Yep. Shout out. So lots of people from all over the world have come together to, um, you know, to join and learn about each other and connect with each other, basically communicate with each other. Has it been easy? Not all the time at all, but I have made some cool connections with people in the world. And for that, I really do appreciate. So just want to say hi to a few people. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Had Lady Di here. Hey, it's been a while. Big Ed, what's going on? Woohoo, it's Friday. Paige B, hi. Yeah, I saw your premiere the other day. I know your passion is law, so I see that you're taking a delve into those types of subjects. Joe Cool, what's going on? Joe Cool, whoa. Joe Cole, listen, let's uphold the necessity to continue to hold our officials responsible and accountable for following all the amendments, all of the Constitution, and especially the first one where we have the free speech and we have the freedom of religion and we can protest peacefully. I mean, if you need to, if you want to, if if you have to, but you have to um, legally. Okay, let's be legal around here, guys. So let's hold him accountable. Let's continue to do that, whether we, claim to be in the 1A community online or not. We still have our rights. I hear people say, "Oh, you, that's an illusion. You don't really have those rights." Well, I like to have some belief and hope in this, god awful world that we sometimes live in. And I like to think, maybe I do have those inalienable rights, and maybe others do as well. And maybe we're all here to be treated fairly, regardless of the color of our skin. And it seems as if days have gone by that people have not, certain people who have different color skin other than white, have not been treated properly and fairly. Um, Maybe I'll get into it, maybe I won't. You guys watch the news, you see it all, you know what's going on in the world. And it's a whole different world from what I've ever known and from what other people have ever known. But does that interfere with my daily life? I try not to let it. Will it interfere with, my pocketbook? Probably. All right, let's just face it. But I'm willing to accept anything that does come my way. And it's like the serenity prayer. Everybody knows the serenity prayer. I mean, you know, grant me serenity, accept things that can change, courage to change things I can't, and wisdom to know the difference. Well, look, I want to have that wisdom. I want to know for sure what I can change and what I cannot change. So that comes with great responsibility and maturity. So let's get to that level where we are mature and we can actually, you know, think back people. We used to have to go down that road, I guess, because it's kind of an escape. And that was pretty much what people did during COVID, is that they got online and they people, getting to know people, and then trolling people and all these buddies. In the end, is it worth it? No, not really, because now you've gotten personal with people, and they stab you in the back or they turn their back on you. And that's not what I'm about. And that's not what a lot of other people are about. And if I have been that way to somebody, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure that I've kept things solid with people I've DM'd or messaged or whatever are called. And I don't do the kind of nefarious things that people do, like doxing, like, um, well, I mean, I consider showing people's houses doxing, like totally, and because they're, putting people in danger. Um, like the bullying. I mean, you guys are, oh, corrosive. He goes, oh, adults can't bully. The hell they can't. That's all they talk about up in the White House, is how people are bullying. This Trump regime is bullying people. They're actually saying these words. Officials are saying these words. People who are way more successful than he is, corrosive. Um, so there you go. And that's kind of how I see that. And if he wants to say, oh, that's not a thing for adults, but it is, though. It is. And it's a thing for everybody. And I don't like the bullying. I really don't like it. And I feel like people are getting away with it. But let's put it on a lighter note, okay? All right. Let's say that people are bullying. Well, what can you do? I mean, you can you can fight back, which that's what they want. They want you to. They love it. Or you can walk away and go, hey, you know what? You're not worth my time. Bye now. It's just that easy. And I've been seeing some people around. I saw Cindy Renee. All right, I saw her over at somebody else's channel, and I'm not going to say who, because I don't speak about people with whom I don't particularly like, and nor would I want anything to do with them. So I really don't even bring them up. But I did see Sydney Renee. So guys, if you think she's not still around, oh, she is. All right. So that's good. I mean, at least she's doing really good. I'm glad to see her pop up and put little comments in people's chats. Gia says anyone can be bullied, and that's so true, especially your boss. And that does happen. It's not just on the playground, people. You know this. What's up, Guido? Gia, hi. And thank you for being here. Who else did I miss? Oops. Thought I missed somebody. Okay. Awesome. All right. What else? There's been a lot of things that I've had on my mind lately, and I've been pretty much delving deep into the state of the world and the union, and the all of the other such nonsense that continues to happen around us, whether you swing to one side or the other, or the middle, or the far outside of where nobody swings. You know what I mean? Like, you know. Uh, so no matter how you swing or how high you swing, we all have our needs and our wants. We all have our rights. And if things get really bad to where now American citizens are having issues having their own rights, like, I mean, it does happen. But if it's normalized, that's a problem. That is a problem. We depend on our rights. We depend to have a voice when things are not fair, nor something that we can see living with um, our families and our children. So think about that. And, you know, other countries, other countries are mad at us, guys. The USA, they're mad, extremely upset and hurt. They feel buddy trolled, completely buddy trolled. And our allies are still my allies, if that even makes a world of a difference at all. Gia, we're already there. All right. We have been isolated, isolated, self induced isolation. That's where we stand right now. Because of the blatant threats that have been given to other countries, with backups, with people backing the ideas and the rulings. You know, with people saying, you know what, I agree. This is the best thing for our country. But there's millions of people who don't agree. And there's millions of people who are standing up. Thousands, hundreds of thousands have lost their jobs. With families, people with families, people who need to survive, people who don't want to live in their car. I mean, if I had a camper, that would be pretty cool. If I had a van or something, even like one of those old VW buses, I love them. I could see staying in one of those. I mean, I could be okay with that. But see, it's just me, and it's like that's a little studio. That's a little small house, small home, tiny home, whatever. Not everybody has the luxury of doing that. I mean, we don't need $50,000 cars, but a Kia one day may be $50,000 because of materials from other countries that are it's going to be difficult to get, to build these things, to build these cars that we need desperately. I mean, unless you live in the big city, like, you need a car. I mean, I've been to Chicago, Joe Cool, and things are pretty, close by. The L train is very effective. And driving a car is actually a pain in the ass. It's pretty difficult to navigate through the streets because it is so crowded. It's such a big city. But, if you live in some of these other places like Wyoming or, you know, Washington or Arkansas, look, you're going to need some kind of a vehicle. And if it gets to the point where, you've already sold your old vehicle and you're like, oh, damn, why did I do that? I need a vehicle. And then you're going to have to like go buy a new car. And what is a new car going to cost you? A $6,000 car is going to cost you $15,000. Is anybody willing to pay that kind of money for a Toyota Camry? So that's what we're getting. China's mad at us. The Chinese are not happy with the Americans. It's a sad story. I mean, they weren't happy prior to this newly tariff that they placed on us because they were slapped with one. But they are pretty upset. We do have a military that is very effective, very well trained. We can depend on them. We have to depend on them because of the warmongers in the White House, guys. That's what we're dealing with right now. People who want war, they like to fight. It's exciting. Money is more important than human lives, apparently, according to the rich billionaires up in the White House who rule the 1% of the population. I don't agree with that. I'm all for the human life. It's essential that we have each other. Money's great, you know, but not at the expense of a human life. Let's have some effing empathy, people. Look, I know I have a lot of Trump thumpers who watch my show. And I am not going to completely desecrate Donald. But I will talk about ideas and laws that have been put into place or executive orders that have been signed. I will talk about those types of things because they're facts, right? Whether I do like the character assassination or anything like a smear campaign, like that's not what I'm about. You guys have known me to really never do things like that. Hardly ever. It's not really something that's kind of fun. It kind of makes me feel icky when I do that. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah. So just I'm just trying to stay on the right path. I'm just trying to do what I need to do to be positive. That's what it boils down to is how am I going to look at life? How am I going to react or respond to things that do come my way? Will I go at the front line to protect my family? Yes, I will. 100%. I will say stay in the house and I will sacrifice, you know, myself, I guess, to protect my family. To me, that's ultimately the most important thing in my life. And the bunny, I definitely have to protect the bunny. I mean, he's almost 9 years old. He's doing really good. He's actually really healthy. He's a good boy. Anyways, insurance, tires, repair, and maintenance. Exactly. I just want to kind of I wish they had a better bus system. I really am almost to that point. But I like my freedom. I do like to drive. It's apparent that people want to be able to get in their car and go where they need to go. But without having the proper parts, that could definitely have a risk, play a big risk. All right, 200 people in here. Nice. All right, well, let's see. I can take some questions or anything like that. Anybody has any comments? A joke of the day, whatever. I would like to go out to the beach and chill there or get in a swimming pool and swim, maybe swim some laps. That might be kind of fun. Do some actual work on workouts. That'd be good. Bulletproof Tiger, what's going on, buddy? Buddy. All right. So the topic today is how we can stay positive in a world that ultimately seems negative surrounding us. So how can we do that? Well, first of all, we can stay inside our hula hoop. I love to hula hoop. I think it's just a fun thing to do. It's good exercise, and when I'm graceful about it, it can be a beautiful sight to see. So I like to stay inside of that. I actually don't. Okay, I'm gonna retract that. I don't like to stay inside of that, but I to, want to. I want to like to. I don't like to. Okay, look, I like to stay outside of the hula hoop. You know, I like to see what's going on around me and out there as far as the eye can see. But that doesn't bring me inner peace nor serenity. So, do I want that? Yeah, I do. But the thing is like it builds upon itself. The serenity builds upon itself. You can't just kind of pick it up out of nowhere and go, okay, now I'm ready to. It takes work. It takes some inner work and meditation and all that because we live in such an anxiety filled world where we're always on the run doing things that we need to do. And now we're just trying to keep up with politics. It's almost as if that this is what the administration slash regime wanted. They wanted us to, they wanted to have an ever presence. They wanted everybody to talk about them, whether good or bad. And it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. I am guilty of doing it. And, you know, it's almost as if you throw out so many nefarious things, how can any one person tackle all of them? So people are just kind of divvying up, like, you know, the F shits that's going on. Oh, what's happening? All right. Thanks for viewing my show. Hope everybody has a great night. I mean, finish the day first. And oh, wait, hang on. I can't leave yet. Hey, sweetest sugar. What's up? Hi, sweetheart. That's my girl. So she's such a sweetheart, you know, and we weren't always that great together, but it did take some time and it's paid off. It's not like, you know, with tariffs and how it's going to take some time with the economy, you know, to catch up and we're going to have a bad spot. It wasn't ever like that. It was just like a bad beginning and it morphed into something much better. I appreciate the roses and the hearts. That is wonderful. And look, he's saying Bulletproof is saying attention is currency to them. Exactly. It's currency and it's fuel. It's that fuel that they need to light their ass on fire to where they can go and do the very next thing, to where they can go and get up in front of a bunch of people, answer the press's questions with somewhat confidence, but usually the press throws them off their keel like every single time, which is freaking funny. Um, and it does give them the fuel that they need to continue forward. And it's like just a whole bunch of like mania, like it looks like somebody's going to be coming down from a manic episode at any time. There's just going to be this huge depression. And then I don't want to say the Great Depression because we cannot go there again. Oh my gosh. Like I wasn't there, but I know about it. And we cannot. So I don't know what to say to everybody, but whatever. And yeah, it's their currency. It's their, you know, it's their gold. The people's reactions are fruitful to um, the administration, to the warmongers. Who is they? The United States regime, of course. You know, the North Korea 2.0. We're not there yet, guys. I'm actually, you know, hoping that we don't get there. But we're not too far off. I actually get a headache sometimes talking about all the events that go on. Yeah, we might see another Great Depression, guys. Unfortunately, that may happen. So I would really start saving all you can and fill up your food pantry so that you have enough for your family. Because we may get to the point where we're pinching pennies because things are going to get so expensive. So if you really want to, if you were on, if, for your best interest, I would definitely get your money straight now. Get it straight now. Let me make you a mod. Oh, wait, what? Uh, Swedish Sugar, I feel like that we learned a lot during that whole dramatic period that we went through. And it also seems like it can relate to what goes on in politics. I mean, that's basically what it was. It was all in who's popular, who's talking about who's bullying who's going after. I mean, that's what they do in DC. This is common occurrences. That's what they do in Congress, in the Senate. I mean, if you listen to them, they start off all professional and talking about some really important events, but then all of a sudden they start like attacking each other from the left and the right, and it's like, whoa, this sounds really like immature. You guys sound like kids. So that really does happen, and we had the opportunity to go through those kinds of scenarios that we did. Shelly, is that really you? Yeah, that was. I took that picture at a basketball game, and that's really me. Those people behind me have no idea who they are, but I did try and uh, take them out of the pic. Lady Di is saying hi to Hammy. Very cool. We have gone through several recessions already. See, Lady Di would know. I mean, she's already telling us this, and we know, but it sounds like that she really knows about this and that she had to go through it. So I just say, hang in there. As long as we're not putting boots to the American soil, we're doing pretty good. As long as we're not getting deported to El Salvador to a mega prison for life, we're doing pretty good. And that actually saddens me the most out of everything that's been going on, is that possibly innocent people who didn't get a chance to redeem themselves, to have a hearing, to have a due process, that possibly they are innocent, going to this mega prison, this concentration camp for life. The people go in and they don't come out. So that's scary. They don't have identities when they go inside there. Um, I know there's going to be a hearing on that, so there's a case against that. But we need to get the people back. We need to give them that due process. We need to give them the opportunity to have their day in court, because it's not just like jail, you guys. If you look up CCOT, you will definitely see that it is not just like a regular jail. Yeah. I don't know. That really saddens me and makes me want to go, break somebody's fingernails off, because I feel very angry about that. And it's not a fair thing to do. Supposedly there were some innocent people that went. I mean, according to the families, um, according to the tattoos that they didn't have that they thought they had. they better get their shit in order because they can't just keep doing this. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is bitch about it. But it does sadden me though, for sure. hmm It's Friday, guys. What are you doing? It's better for 1,000 guilty men to go free than for one innocent man to go to prison. Um, it's better. It's better. Wait, hold on. It's better for them too. I don't know if I completely agree with that. I mean, not if they're in the gangs and they're just bloodthirsty people who have to kill. They just don't have anything else better to do but go around and kill people. And if you kill people, you need to have a consequence. Um, Now that place in El Salvador is no joke. It's a torture chamber, for sure. And I actually had a video about white torture and how people would think that, oh, it's no big deal. It's just a white room. But it's, something that has been done for interrogation purposes in the past. And people have had to stay in there for a lengthy amount of time. So basically with this white room, right? So with the white torture room, they have it to where it is entirely soundproof. So you can't hear any single thing except your own thoughts. Your shoes are white, your outfit is white, your bed is white, everything is white, your food is white, the plate is white, everything. And you have no interactions with people. It will drive you mad. Well, the people over in El Salvador, they do have like isolations that they have to go to if they step out of line or whatever. They have that, which is torture, and they also only get like 30 minutes to do any kind of like stretches, meditations. But they also have to be chained up. Like it's quiet in there, but I just have a feeling that people would definitely let loose if they had the opportunity to. But they wouldn't be able to get out. It's pretty well secluded. I mean, well, how do you say it? I don't know. It's where they can't get out. 100%. No way can they escape, basically. So 10 guilty men now changes to 10. Okay. Hey, it's cool to see you. And what would Jesus do? Exactly. What would Jesus do? He would open the doors for everyone and forgive them. And then they would change. And then everything would be just glorious. And the sun would always shine and it wouldn't be hot. And everything that we could think of that we want, we could have. But we wouldn't need, like, all this material stuff. All we would need was our emotions and our happiness. Because it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. I mean, happiness. Yeah, that's what it is. Sure, because our happiness is important to the warmongers and the Robbie Barons or robber barons in the White House, um, the narcissistic billionaires who are basically taking over the world. But I don't want to go into that too much because we already know this. So if you feel safe, following Trump, I mean, that's on you. But more than likely, you're not a billionaire and you're not really that safe because you don't have a bunker where you can actually hide when you need to, right? Does anybody have that? No, they don't. So they don't care about you. They don't care about even the millionaires. Like, they are second class citizens as well. Why do you think people want to go to Mars? Is it because they want to just have like a trip to see how things are going? No, they want to go because they need a new civilization, because this one might end as far as we know it. Just saying. So live it up. Live your life the best way that you know how. Have no fear. Have no fear of anything. Let go of all your fear, because that ultimately will bring you happiness. Sweet. Okay. Well, that's on you. It isn't as if we can say, well, half or over half of the Americans voted for him. So that's not an excuse for the bad decisions that are being made. Doesn't mean they haven't been made. They have. So even if people did vote for them, I don't know if they signed up for this. I really don't think a lot of them did. I think a lot of them changed their minds. So that's not a great argument to use. I'm not saying you used it. I'm just saying that some people have used that argument. Well, that's what the American people wanted. Not anymore. People have changed their tunes, and that's okay. Stand up for what's right, guys. Hold on to that Constitution and hold them accountable. Hold the people you pay in office accountable. Have a great day. Thank you.